Today, it's going to be a beautiful out there. We're going to get up to an afternoon high near 74 degrees. As you head through the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear with a low tonight around 50 degrees and a calm wind around 5 miles per hour throughout the entire day. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Be a part of the conversation.
We can't fix America's debt by starving its people.
Have your say.
One shooting after another, and we're doing nothing to solve it?
This is WSIC News Talk Now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Guilty here on WSIC. We are live on Facebook. I will have my Facebook up here momentarily. We are live in studio here with Joe bringing us in on a wonderful track there. We love that. Appreciate that. Chief Deputy Will Hamby over there. Bill.
Just
Will.
whatever you call me today, that'll be fine. Right? You just call me whatever.
Just call him from the corner pocket over there.
You were talking about our intro music. Joe always has great music. It's just, you can't just hear that song start and not smile.
And I mean, my head bobs a little bit. It's a little movement there.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I really, the rest of it, that's all I know. The rest of the music and the words, it's deputy, but that's it.
Sounded just like you.
Thank you. Appreciate you chiming in there, Captain Ricky Adams. Captain Richard Ricky Adams is with us today from the detention center. That's his big house over there. He helped us out last night. Sheriff Campbell's Citizens Academy was in the house last night.
Yep,
they were.
Yeah, so there was quite a packed house. Not only in your house, but Sheriff's Academy cadets that were there.
Yeah, and I think they really enjoyed last night. They got to go and see the different eras of the jail from 1972 to 96 to the 2020 edition.
Well, who wouldn't enjoy coming into the jail and knowing you're going to get to leave?
Yeah.
Like in 2 hours.
That's
and
the beautiful part.
And getting the cookies and tea afterwards. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Just letting you guys know we are on 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, and then also you can call us. We're live in studio, 704-873-1400. So any questions for Captain Ricky, Captain Matt, or Chief Bill, be glad to get around to those today. So things been going on. The weather is this isn't fall weather, but man, we have fell into a lot of activity. There's been a lot of good things going on.
We have, this is, as you know, being one of the ones that
I know.
Sets
this
all
is
our
busy
programs.
season.
This is a busy season. You know, we come out of summertime when everybody's. There's a comment.
I would love to have summertime back. I think things will slow down a little bit. The weather's
too
been
hot,
so perfect.
but now it's beautiful. We got
Yes.
fall festivals, we got school festivals, we got church festivals, we got trunk or treats.
Oh yeah, they're 2 and 3 a day. Absolutely.
Yeah.
PTOs are out there. Schools are got things going on. So and it's good. I mean, a lot of that stuff is about the kids. So it's awesome that we have we have a lot of resources. We just talked about before coming in. You know, we have the drug dealer resources, the drug dealer assets. You know, we've got that Bearcat. We've got that boat that we took the Academy cadets out on the other day. But just a lot of things that we have here, and you know, there's no complaints from the citizens. They love to see us. They love the stuff. It's just it's hard to juggle that and fit all the schools in and fit all the places. The drones, the dogs. I mean, all these requests. So we appreciate that.
As you and I were talking pregame, and Joe's got to figure out a way somehow for like a paid subscription.
Oh yeah.
To get
behind the scenes.
Yeah. Maybe hey Joe, maybe Justin can work on that. Be an additional revenue source for the radio station.
You know, I can tell them to call in if you want. I can say they are requesting your assistance right now.
Oh, as a matter of fact, speaking of events, I believe there's something going on Saturday morning here at the studio.
Oh yeah. We have the yard sale.
Yes, the community yard sale.
And we will have some units in and around. So if you want to meet some of our
we're
canine
not selling
officers,
any of our stuff.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not selling anything.
No vehicles for sale.
No
vehicles for
no
sale,
equipment, no
no.
seized
Maybe next
drug
year.
dealer stuff, nothing like
But
that.
we will have some canine officers and some deputies come by. I think Justin's already spoke with Sheriff Campbell on that, so we'll be glad to bring our officers out. And you know, Matt, as you and I were speaking earlier, it is a great problem. If you can't even call it a problem, it's just a great situation to be in. As you've heard, and our listeners have heard Sheriff Campbell say before, man, we got a great community, and I don't know of a lot of other communities in and around our area that aren't law enforcement friendly. I know there are some as you go further east and further west and a little south, but for the most part, our communities have always been supportive. And even when it was at its worst, when in the height of the defund law enforcement or defund police movement, we had churches and we had community groups and we had Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and Cub Scouts and all sort of scouts and youth groups coming by the office, praying for us, bringing us stuff, supporting us, making cards and notes. And for our listeners out there, I can't tell you how much a little cartoon card or a little crayon card, in an officer's box or a detention officer's box really just brightens the day. I mean, it really, really does. Because in Ricky, as we will get into once we start talking about your stuff, there's some folks up at your place that just aren't pleasant all the time.
Oh yeah.
Our detention officers have to work with those people 24/7. Our road deputies and detectives, they're around them, kind of prior to the arrest and then shortly thereafter. But, a kind word, a little card or something just absolutely makes our folks' day. And we just want to say thank you so much for those folks that take their time and take their effort and take their resources and bring, and not only to us, but to the police officers and fire departments and everybody else. But it really does brighten our day. Yep. And I know, Sheriff, that you're not with us today. We know you're en route to one of those sheriff's meetings, but I know he's listening out there. So, Joe, if you've got a bell over there, can we give him a ding? There you go, Sheriff. That's just for you. Oh, there you go, Matt.
I got a little high-pitched ding here.
Yeah.
I feel like the show's going to have to be renamed at some point if he keeps skipping out.
Wait a minute. What was the...
Well, now he's got a lot of meetings, a lot of other sheriffs.
And things come up last minute. You might see him. He's like that Wile E. Coyote, road runner. You see him here this minute, he's gone. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. With the Sheriff Association and the state and federal level and some of the other boards and things he sits on, his phone rings a lot. So, Sheriff, we know as you're traveling for your meeting that you're out there listening to us, and we just want to say hello. And, Matt, like you said, if our listeners want to call in, talk about the Sheriff's Office, talk about our detention center, please give us a call, 704-873-1400. But we're talking, Matt.
Yep.
It is our busy season, and before we get started, and I want to give Ricky plenty of time to talk about the detention center, because I know, Matt, you got some good questions. I do want to remind everyone, next Tuesday night, Halloween.
Whoa, yes.
Halloween night. So if you are interested and wish to come, the Iredell County Sheriff's Office is having our annual Spooktacular.
Sheriff's Spooktacular.
Our trunk or treat on Tuesday, October 31st. We'll start at 6 o'clock. We'll go to 8 o'clock, probably longer, as it will be. The reason we don't start early, as early as the folks downtown, is we have to wait for everybody around the courthouse to get off work at 5 o'clock. Right. So then it takes us about an hour to set up, and then we're ready for our little ghosts and goblins. So we will have some of our equipment there. I know EMS is going to be there. Several fire trucks, fire departments will be there. I'm sure Tito and
Tito's
some of our dogs will be around.
The bear cat for the kids to climb on.
Yeah. So we will have a costume contest, from what I understand. So Matt, you have to wear a mask. You can't wear what you're wearing now.
He already won, didn't he?
I've got a great costume. Nobody knows about my costume yet.
I see it.
Oh. So you really coming this year, Jeff?
Yes.
Really?
Well, I mean, not to that. I mean, I've got another event to go to that I was going to dress up for.
Well, don't.
These are my peers that will be in the public. They
don't scare the kids.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't dress up. I'm sorry.
Well, folks, if you do have any questions, please give us a call, 704-873-1400. Joe's giving us the little card here for about 30 seconds. So,
yep.
Ricky, when we come back, I want you to do a little self-introduction, and we'll talk to you about the Iredell County Detention Center.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So, folks, we'll be back in about 2 minutes when Joe counts us out.
There's more of the good, the bad, and the guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The WSIC yard sale is this weekend. Come by the radio station and enjoy a day of fun. The world-famous Pat Shannon will be hosting a special edition of the Home Ad Show. Live music, food trucks, bouncy houses. Selling starts at 6 a.m. this Saturday. Yard sale spots are free. The WSIC yard sale, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. Saturday from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at kerriganfarms.com. kerriganfarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa is coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures with Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit birkdalevillage.com. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Buy your tickets before they sell out. kanearts.org. Eric Jones, the Magician, this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. kanearts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on Events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Save your dates. Don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Sunny skies today. It's going to be a beautiful out there. We're going to get up to an afternoon high near 74 degrees. As you head through the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear with a low tonight around 50 degrees and a calm wind around 5 miles per hour throughout the entire day. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty continues now. Here's your host, Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell, 1059 100.7 WSIC.
All right. We're back. The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty here on WSIC. Joe, I have to say that in spite of what your spokeswoman said, I am not Sheriff Darren Campbell. Chief Deputy Bill Hamby here with you today, Captain Matt Burleson, Captain Ricky Adams from the Iredell County Detention Center, and we'll be talking about our detention center today, some of the operations and some of the people and processes. And I'm tearing up the studio over here, so I'll quit touching that.
You break it,
but
you buy it.
we're on WSIC 100.7 FM Statesville, 105.9 for all of our friends in and around Iredell County. You can check us out on WSIC.com or WSICnews.com rather. I apologize. And if you have any questions, concerns, or anything else, seeking any information, anything law enforcement related, please give us a call here at 704-873-1400.
And please, somebody let me know you're on Facebook. Just wave, hi, whatever.
Say hi. As pretty as it is, I'm sure everybody's out working in the yard.
I have 3 viewers.
Yeah, and you're one of them.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Ricky, I've known you for many, many, many years. You've worked in and around our detention center for a long time. So, take a few minutes to tell our listeners who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everybody. So I'm Captain Ricky Adams of the Detention Center here in Iredell County. I started my career back in 2009, entry-level detention officer. Things were much different then. Since then, 14 years later, we've migrated to building a facility together, which Sheriff and Chief Deputy Conley very instrumental in. Got the pleasure to meet many people that over my career. Just getting involved in a lot of different things that I never really thought I would get involved in.
Right. And you hold a position state level, don't you?
I do. I'm on the board of directors for the North Carolina Jail Administrator Association.
Now, Matt, let's push pause right there for just a minute.
I was just trying to get all those words down.
Sheriff is president of North Carolina Sheriff Association. Our attorney, Adam Dillard, is president of the Attorneys for Law Enforcement Officers Association. Randy Horton, that runs our lab, is president of North Carolina something or other. I'm a past president of North Carolina Homicide Investigators Association. You're a past president of the
North Carolina Juvenile Officers
Association, and Ricky's on the state board. I declare, Iredell
and
County
North Carolina School Resource Officer Association,
Yep.
Sergeant Dallas Hicks.
Yep. Iredell County is well represented, and I think it's a reflection on the sheriff and on the leadership, and just the willingness for Iredell County to be involved at state level, and the resources that we have to allow our officers, our command staff, to be able to take off a day or two to go be with those associations. So, congratulations, sir.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Chief. That's just kind words. Back in September, also, I got nominated for another 3 years on that term. So
you got voluntold, huh?
Yeah, voluntold. But even then, Sheriff being the president of the Sheriff's Association, he came and done a speech on that Tuesday for the Jail Administrator Association. So it's pretty neat to have your sheriff doing a speech and you're on the board.
Yeah, that is cool. So that is cool.
It was a lot
so tell us what what's the day-to-day. Tell us what day-to-day duties you have around the detention center.
I'm not sure there is one.
Every day is a new day.
Every day's different.
So I mean,
your own adventure.
Primarily, we have a crew of people. Primarily, my duties these days are being pointed more towards personnel matters. We have Captain Eric Seen that's kind of come on and helped me out a little bit. He takes over most of the inmate issues that have to be dealt with. But we all kind of migrate and do the same thing. Major Beverly Morrison, she helps with the hiring and personnel. She does, that's her primary, and we all kind of jump in and help each other right now. But a day-to-day, there's not really one, and that's kind of what I've always loved about this job. You go work at a factory, you know exactly what you're going to do that day. You know exactly what time you're leaving. You know everything that's going to happen prior to. In this job, this career, you have no idea. Yeah.
So, as for our listeners that may be new to the whole concept of a detention center, the sheriff, or the office of the sheriff, the person that is the elected sheriff, is constitutionally mandated to run a jail and to make sure that the courthouse is protected and operates and collect taxes. Okay, that's the three main functions. The three main. So 2 of those fall basically under your purview in the detention center.
Yeah, and on the detention side of things, we are responsible for the court security, which would be the bailiff team. We have a command staff over kind of that area.
Joe, we may have a call, buddy. We did. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. Sorry, Ricky. Go ahead.
And then, of course, the jail, which is arguably the highest liability for any sheriff in any state and any county. You think about the road officer, road deputies, or police officers are going to deal with these people 1 or 2 hours. We've had them in our jail waiting trial for up to 5 years.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I want to talk to kind of as we get on down the road with those folks. But
there's a call.
Hello, caller. Are you there? Hello. Hello. Hello.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going well, sir. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to thank Ricky and everybody for the jail tour at the Citizens Academy last night. And, something everybody ought to get involved with. It's real informational.
So are you enjoying your time with our academy this year?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. You get to see what they go through on a day-to-day basis, which a lot of people don't see. So it's a lot of information there.
So by getting to see the detention center last night firsthand, did it kind of change your precepts or your ideas about what our detention center was and kind of what they did there?
It's cleaner than I thought it would be. I mean, it's, and definitely a place you don't want to go stay.
You didn't see any TVs
No,
or
but they
radios?
had plenty of people asking for them.
They were wanting TVs.
Tell them to go home.
TVs and radios, and, it's you kind of hate to see people in that situation, but, they're there because of their own they're on doing. So
there you go.
You know,
there you go.
It makes Iredell County a safer place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, we appreciate you calling.
If you take them trick-or-treaters through there, you probably wouldn't see them again.
Well, now, we want our trick-or-treaters to come back, so we'll just let them see it from the outside. How's that?
We want you all to come back for the next Citizens Academy, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell your friends and neighbors and bring them all back next time for Citizens Academy in spring.
We'll sure do it. Appreciate it. Thanks for all y'all do.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. See, Ricky, there you go. Another happy customer.
Another happy, make me a celebrity.
There you go. There you go. But no, so how many folks do you have working on a shift per average?
We're supposed to have 21 on a shift.
Okay.
We're running somewhere like 19 maybe now.
Okay.
So we're not fully staffed. So we're doing a lot better than most other areas are, and that's recent. But jail's a hard concept for somebody to get used to working in. You may grow up and say, "Oh, I wanted to work. I want to be a road deputy, or I want to be a police officer," and that's great. Everybody wants to be that. Nobody says I want to be a jailer.
But our folks seem to love it, and
Right.
the way you guys train, the way you guys take care of each other there, y'all got it. I mean, it's a tight knit group, and it really shows, I think.
Yeah, and we really have a lot of opportunity there too for advancement. We have some special core groups. We have a JET team, which is a jail extraction team that he can become involved with. That kind of takes him out of the norm.
So that would be basically, because I think we had a CERT team here last week with Troy. So that would be kind of the jail's version of a CERT team, SWAT team sort of
jail's
thing.
version of a CERT team without weapons.
Correct.
I mean, its primary concept's the same. Use numbers, safe security, make sure that our officers came in the way they, or leave the way they came to work.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Good deal.
And that's another thing about that new facility. I know you haven't got any details into that yet, but that whole place was built around officer safety.
It was. Yeah.
So what? And I think probably a sentiment of last night. First of all, this is jail. A lot of people don't understand. Jail is pre-trial. Just for minor offenses or some certain offenses, would you be serving time in there? Most of these guys are waiting to go to prison. And send me up to state prison. Maybe they can get a TV or a weight bench or something there. Yeah. But to go in there and see that, you know, it doesn't smell. It's not bad. I mean, some of the people make smell, but no, you know, the place is clean. Yeah. It's nice. It's safe. It's not what you would think of. It's not what you see on TV. We had ladies that went through there last night, and you know,
while we were there, if y'all, some of them may have caught it. While we were there, we had a fight between two inmates.
Yeah,
and you never would have known because officers just respond, they react, they handle it, and that's it.
Right.
Safety, security. We do try to keep it clean. You know, we're a lot different than a prison. A prison is all convicted. Well, we're not judges. We're not the jury. We're just there to make sure they get to court and they get there safely. And we do it as safe as possible.
Right.
And so we have different statutes and different amendments that we kind of have to follow. The 14th Amendment's a big driver for us because it's due process. And in prison, you would go on the 8th Amendment, which is cruel and unusual punishment for convicted inmates. So those kind of things are different. We have to approach this as we can't treat them as if they're convicted.
Correct. And I think you guys treat everybody with dignity. Yeah. Now, there again, if some folks show out, they may get some privileges taken away. And as Matt's already alluded to, there's no TVs, there's no weight room, there's, you know, the rec center or your recreation time is to come out of your cell and, you know, mingle around a little bit, and then you're going back in your cell. So Joe's give us the 1 minute sign. So, Ricky, when we come back, if you could, initially when the new detention center was being built, everybody's like, oh, it's so expensive, it's so big. It's saving Iredell County money every day.
Oh, yes.
So when we come back, and I know you've talked about it before, but there again, for our listeners that may be new to the radio station, maybe new to not understanding the detention center, talk about that. Talk about how we used to transport prisoners all over the state and things like that. Now
we're inmate labor as well, using those guys to work and stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got about 20 seconds. So when we come back, we'll hear more from Captain Ricky Adams, Captain Matt Burleson, and Joe maybe even ask a question. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell will return after this short break on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
To some, this might sound like a typical family dog. But at Dog Chow, we know that for a veteran suffering from PTSD, this could be the sound of life-saving therapy.
Thanks, Betty.
That's why we've made it our mission to connect every military hero in need with a canine hero of their own. To learn about the simple ways you can help Dog Chow in our mission, visit dogchow.com/veterans.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Sunny skies today. It's going to be beautiful out there. We're going to get up to an afternoon high near 74 degrees. As you head through the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear with a low tonight around 50 degrees and a calm wind around 5 miles per hour throughout the entire day. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Check out these great propane-powered deals from G&B Energy in Statesville, and you can get cozy with the new fireplace and save up to $350 in rebates on Cozy Heat fireplaces or receive a free on-off remote when purchasing gas lock sets over $700. Best of all, Renai tankless water heaters start at $430 after rebates. Visit G&B Energy today off Highway 70 at 120 Entercraft Drive in Statesville or go to gbeenergy.com.
Hi, this is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. If you're a dad who is facing divorce, there are extra layers of stress that may include stereotypes and assumptions. No two situations are the same. Our legal experience and dedication prepare us for whatever legal challenges we face together. You need a partner you can count on. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has represented men in divorce.
6701 Carmel Road, Suite 110, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28226. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Live music, vendor booths, and community yard selling. Fun for the whole family returns to Statesville for the WSIC Community Yard Sale, October 28th at 1117 Radio Road. Regular yard sale space is free. Or reserve a premium vendor spot for $50 American.
I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful.
Get your spot today. The WSIC Community Yard Sale, October 28th. Visit WSICnews.com/yard sale.
Folks, you know Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Marion service departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, you know we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
This is Fred Lowry at Lowry Drug. We now have our own brand of full-spectrum hemp extract, also known as CBD oil. I personally manage this product as it was grown on my farm here in Iredell County. It was then processed and bottled here in Statesville. This is a true herbal extract with all the medicinal components intact. A product you can trust to be authentic. And since there is no wholesaler, it's at a price you can afford. Try it at Lowry Drug on Hartness Road in Statesville.
It's the good, the bad, and the guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back, everyone, to WSIC. We are here on The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty.
Joe's got new music to bring us in.
I know.
Thought we were just jamming here for a minute.
Well, that music kind of goes along with that. Hey, we're back in about 10 seconds. So
a lot of heads up there, buddy.
There you go. Good job. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, caller, earlier for your comments. 704-873-1400, live on Facebook and on 105.9, 100.7. We are in studio here with Captain Ricky Adams from the Detention Center. Before the break, we were talking about the money that is saved from the new facility and some of the stuff that's going on. So tell us what's going on over there at the Detention Center.
So in 2020, we opened our new facility that had been in the works for years and years and years. We needed it well over 15 years ago.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we've got it now. It started March of 2020 when we opened the doors, and so did COVID.
Yep.
So it wasn't a minute too soon. So Chief Conley was instrumental in kind of foreseeing ahead on that kind of stuff. We got a lot of negative pressure rooms, and we were demonstrating that to the Citizens Academy last night, that the air flows into the cell rather than out of the cell. So if somebody's sick inside, they're not sending it out to everybody else.
Yeah. I thought that was really neat. I didn't realize that.
We converted a lot of them.
Yeah. So the air the inmate is breathing here or breathes out goes out. So it's not pushed back out. So if you've got someone with COVID or some other communicable disease or on quarantine,
the flu bug,
anything in there.
And there was a design for 2 original rooms to be negative pressure for primarily tuberculosis, flu, anything airborne. Like I said, when COVID come along, and a lot of that other stuff, we found out you could change it over pretty relatively easy.
Yeah.
So a lot of the cells in there are all negative pressure. But just in the safety side of things, you have 2-man cells versus open dorms that had 25 plus people in it at all times.
Yeah.
So we're only dealing with no more than 10 at a time, but we don't let them all out at once. But from the cost standpoint, we were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for out-of-county housing every year. We were sending up to 60 inmates to other counties, paying them $40 a day to house our inmates.
Now, Ricky, for those folks that may not be familiar with exactly what you're saying, if you have charges in Iredell County and you're in a detention center, then basically we take you from jail to court. Well, if for whatever reason, for safekeeping, for medical, for classification issues, you have to go to another county, tell us how that was working.
So it was a logistical nightmare, actually, especially on Superior Court week. So if you get arrested in Iredell County, you have Iredell County charges, you stay in Iredell County.
Unless
we don't have room for you, as we didn't. You have state inspectors that come in, which they never dinged us on it really, but I mean they dinged us a little bit. But we were upwards of in 2010 we were running. We had 277 beds. We were running 390. So we had to start getting those inmates somewhere. So we paid other counties across the state to house these inmates for us.
So you're paying other counties Iredell County money.
Yeah.
You're having to take Iredell County deputies, detention officers, transport officers in a county vehicle out of county.
Yes.
Pay that gas, pay that mileage, pay that deputy, then to bring them back.
And then think about safety aspect, because the court doesn't shut down in the wintertime because
you're running officers all over the state regardless of weather.
And we were housing them in Ash. So there may be snow in Ash. There's no snow here.
Yeah.
We were running as far as Wayne County and Goldsboro. And at one time we were in 6 different counties with 60 different inmates.
Wow.
And on a Superior Court Monday, everybody has court. So you had to keep those 60 inmates up because your count wasn't accepted. So you had to find sometimes up to 40 inmates on a Saturday and Sunday to replace the 40 inmates you had to bring back for Superior Court that didn't even go.
Yeah. And some of these court hearings literally can be 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yeah, some of them never happened.
So you've got a 4-hour ride there, a 4-hour ride back for a 5-minute hearing.
Yes.
And or no hearing, whatever the judge may not even hear it or they don't get to it that day. So it was a great cost savings and a great community safe move to build the new facility.
Oh, absolutely. And then on the other side of that, we were operating the old prison, which was our jail annex. And the sewage system out there had to be pumped and hauled off because of the waste that was collected.
The capacity,
and it couldn't be repaired or anything of that nature. So I mean, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars there too.
And taking food out to those inmates that are staying there.
Had to take food out.
So taking stuff to them, you said something last night that made sense to me. The idea behind officer safety or even inmate safety is to limit the inmate movement.
Absolutely.
Bring what they need to them. So the trays, the meals come to them. We talked about visitation. You know, some people didn't realize, they can have visitors? Sure. They pick up a telephone, look at a screen, and the visitor's up in the main office.
Yes.
Same thing you mentioned at court. You can even do some of your appearances and stuff on court. So, you know, having this newer facility, having this opportunity, the inmate can stay right there. And then, obviously, if there's disciplinary issues, they really do stay right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't get that freedom of movement. So
absolutely. And you know, Iredell County in general, inmates don't like to be in Iredell County, but it's not because we mistreat them. It's not because we have a dirty facility. It's not because we do anything shouldn't be done.
Exactly.
We just don't give them everything they're going to get everywhere else. If they want that, stay at home.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that Sheriff Campbell has been on for years now is jail is jail.
Absolutely.
There's no luxuries. You know, you get two warm meals and you know, as he calls it, roll bread for supper.
Swirl.
Swirl bread, thank you. So it's not that our inmates are being treated inhumanely. It's not that they're being treated badly. In fact, I have talked to some parents back when I was in narcotics that were happier that their children, I mean, you think of this concept, they're happier that their children are in our jail where they're safe and being fed and getting medical treatment than they are on the street and still using drugs.
And just in the last 10 years, a testament to that is we are the biggest mental health facility in the county.
Yeah,
it's just what
absolutely.
it is. And we have Davis Hospital here, but we have a revolving door of mental illness, opioid users, drug abusers, alcoholics, and we do have programs to try to get them off of that. Do they take it? Not a lot, honestly, but the system is there for them to get the help they need.
Sure. You know, and it's one of the things where, and maybe you can touch briefly on, because I know you can't go into too much detail, but on our medical facilities, we have medical staff there, from what I understand, around the clock.
Yeah, we do. We have nurses on staff 24/7. We have a doctor that comes once a week but is available by telephone the rest of the time. We have a psych doctor that we do telemed with. He does that twice a week. And then anything that can't be done in there, we still have to go out in the community to doctor's appointments, gynecologists for anybody that's pregnant. There's certain doctors that have to be done. The health department's pretty instrumental in helping us with dentist visits and stuff of that nature. But it doesn't just stay inside the jail a lot of times. But there again, even at that, we bring what we can to the inmate. So there is a mobile x-ray. So if we have to have an x-ray done, we call them, and they come with an x-ray machine to the jail. We don't take it. Unless it's an emergency, then we'll take it.
You know, and Matt was talking about the cost savings and bringing things to inmates. If you could, and there again, I know you can't get into everything for security reasons, but can you tell our listeners how that helps with security in the jail and cutting down on contraband in the jail?
As far as not limiting movement?
Correct, yes, sir.
So the concept of jail, and it's not the concept of prison, because everybody that's watched TV, everybody knows that the food, well, what you see on TV is not exactly what you see anyway.
Exactly.
But everybody goes to what they call a mess hall or a cafeteria, and all the inmates go there and they eat, and that's where all the fights happen, and people get stabbed with a fork and all that, you know, like a Shawshank Redemption or or Murder in the First, and it used to be that way. But the concept of a jail business now is don't move the inmate, bring everything to the inmate, because the more you're moving around with an inmate, the more opportunity they have to do anything. We don't know who's violent all the time, but we're going to treat it as if they can become violent anytime.
Of course.
So, like Matt said, our visitation is done right there in the block they're in. MedPass, their medical, which we're doing about 227, 230 meds a day.
Save that thought, because Joe's giving us time, and that brings up a question I was going to get to, and I want our listeners to hear and understand that answer. So let's hold off on that for just 1 second. But what's our count at today? Do you know what we were running today?
381.
381 people in our detention center.
And females, how many?
Females were up to about 72.
And we're dealing with only 18 and over. No juveniles.
Over,
okay.
yes.
Yep.
All
So,
right.
Ricky, when we come back, I'd like to talk just briefly about how they pay for their medical treatment and things of that nature, and saving citizens money. So we'll be back shortly, ladies and gentlemen.
More of The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The WSIC yard sale is this weekend. Come by the radio station and enjoy a day of fun. The world-famous Pat Shannon will be hosting a special edition of the Home Ad Show. Live music, food trucks, bouncy houses. Selling starts at 6 a.m. this Saturday. Yard sale spots are free. The WSIC Yard Sale, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. Saturday from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at kerriganfarms.com. kerriganfarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa is coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures with Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit birkdalevillage.com. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Buy your tickets before they sell out. kanearts.org. Eric Jones the Magician this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. kanearts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Sunny skies today. It's going to be a beautiful out there. We're going to get up to an afternoon high near 74 degrees. As you head through the evening, the skies are going to remain mostly clear with a low tonight around 50 degrees and a calm wind around 5 miles per hour throughout the entire day. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Stop dreaming about the perfect lawn and make it a reality. Drum Landscape Supply now offers personalized lawn plans. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com and collaborate with our experts. Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop.
Call now, 704-873-1400. It's the good, the bad, and the guilty. 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
It's my Alfred Hitchcock music. I love that one, Joe. Thank you for letting me have that one before bring us back in for our final segment here on the Good, the Bad, the Guilty here this Thursday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon.
It is Wednesday
Sorry,
afternoon.
guys. I'm trying to get the weekend early. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for taking time to out of your day to listen to us here on WSIC 100.7 FM, 105.9. If you have any questions about anything we said thus far or have any questions for Captain Ricky Adams or our detention center, please give us a call, 704-873-1400. So, Ricky, as we were going off the air in our last segment, you were talking about the medical treatment, the medical facilities and staff that we have at the detention center. They don't get that for free, do they?
They don't, unless they're what we call indigent, means they don't have money on their account. We're not going to deny them medical treatment.
Of course not.
But no, if they have funds available, just like everybody else does, you have to pay a copay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to pay when I go to the doctor,
Yes.
and you know.
And they actually pay less than we do, but it's the highest we can make them pay is $20 for a doctor visit.
Right, but if they have the funds, then they pay.
Yeah. So anything we can, statutorily or in the rules of the jail, offset costs with, we offset costs with.
Talking about offsetting costs.
So offsetting costs,
what a segue.
That's very good.
What a segue. So, of course, the sheriff's constitutionally required to maintain and operate in security of the jail, and with that comes the cost of basically handling the inmates at a cost per day. So there's a certain number that it costs to house an inmate per day, and anything we can do, such as they have to pay for telephone calls. Anything we can do to kind of offset some of that, then we're going to have to do it.
They cook for themselves. Well, not themselves, but they cooked. You have the inmate labor where they cook and wash clothes and clean up, and
so we have inmate labor. They clean the facility. They do the laundry. They help in the kitchen to serve and prepare the meals. We utilize female working inmates now. In our new buildings, we kind of keep them away from the males and let them work the laundry.
Sure.
It kind of gives them something to do. And we do use different levels of inmates. We have some inside that don't go out, and then we have some that can go out and work on the road.
And for our listeners, Ricky, because we're talking about inmate labor, none of this is forced upon them.
No. Absolutely not.
They apply to get these jobs.
They do, and because they want out of the cell.
And they are sought after. Yes, exactly. They want out.
We get letters, 10 to 12 every day. Hey, can I get a job? Hey, can I get a job? So it's not hard work. It's just a time passer. But it allows us to get what we need to get done, and it offsets costs even more to the tune of about $2 million a year.
So
we would have to pay.
That's $2 million the taxpayers of Iredell County are not having to pay.
Absolutely.
To keep these folks
Because we would
up.
have to pay, and a lot of other jails actually, they contract those services. And for us, it would be about $2 million to contract the services that they do.
So when you say inside and outside, and I know folks that have been around Statesville and down around our office in Mooresville, or even out traveling around Iredell County, we have what we call the road crew. So can you explain that to us?
So we have a road crew, and the road crew, we utilize really low-level offenders or people with a minimal sentence that don't have any interest in prolonging their time.
Sure.
So we use those offenders, and they go out on the community roads in the county and pick up bags of trash on the roads. We get numerous requests every week from different people asking for different roads to be picked up. And we can't do anything really in the city, and we can't do the highways.
Correct.
But we can do the county roads, and we maintain that. So, and just last year, and COVID's affected a lot of these numbers, but just last year, we picked up almost 6,000 bags of trash on community roads.
That's awesome. Beautifies Iredell County.
That's great.
Gives folks something to do to work.
And a couple particular roads, it seems like we go there every 2 weeks.
Yes, you do. Well, that's awesome. Well, Ricky, thank you so much for taking your time today. I know you guys are busy over at Detention Center. I know you're very busy, so thank you for coming out today and maybe answer some questions or perking some interest in those. And I know you said we have positions in the detention center.
We have positions open for bailiff, and we have positions open inside the detention facility.
So now you do not have to go to basic law enforcement training to work in the detention center.
You do not. No. You just have to have a clean record, be 20 years old, and have the motivation to kind of move forward with this, and we will handle the training.
And a lot of the detention officers that aren't sworn get to go to BLET and have that opportunity to go to basic law enforcement training and come out and go work on the road. I know Sheriff Campbell prides himself on saying he started in the detention center and now he's sheriff. So it can be done, and it is a great place to work. There again, you work with inmates, but it's one of the safest facilities around, one of the cleanest facilities around, one of the best run facilities around. So appreciate you taking your time coming over today and talking with us about that.
I enjoyed y'all having me.
And just want to say that in a few closing minutes, Matt.
Yes.
I love days like today.
For
those of you that have Facebook, for those of you that have our app, or that may have received notifications from some other media outlet, we are tickled to death to say that we have arrested 16 more drug dealers.
During the break, when you said that during the break, Ricky's like, "What? 16 today?"
I said, I said the count was 381. It might be 397.
Exactly. He's added up already.
So if you want to see this latest band of individuals that we've caught selling drugs to undercover officers, and that's one of the things that we like to say here in at least the Iredell County Sheriff's Office. These folks that you see in these roundups, like we have the picture today, they have sold directly to an undercover officer.
Career repeat offenders, the sheriff would call them.
Yes, as these career repeat, and these are. I mean, I looked over this press release yesterday. I think all but one of the 16 have a criminal history. Most of them are on probation.
One of them's a gang member.
One of them is a verified gang member. So these are the folks, Ricky, that are coming to your facility.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And once we deal with it every day, and we will deal with for weeks, months, years to come. And most of them are repeat offenders.
So but this is a good story. If you're interested in seeing the mugshots and the criminal histories, please go to look up our Facebook page, or Matt, tell them how to get our app.
Yep. So just Iredell County Sheriff's Office. Look on the App Store on Google Play or the Apple Store, and we're there. You'll see the little black icon with the silver badge. That is the Iredell County Sheriff's Office. It is free. You click on that download, make sure your notifications are on.
Yes.
Whenever this story went out today, we made sure that folks knew about that. Anytime we have important pressing events that goes out, we can put that out there. Great little weather app, too. You can see what's going on there, but all their news or events, registering for things. You can apply. You can join our team. You can
go to work for Ricky Adams.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. Just right there on our app, and get in contact with folks. The school resource officer's information is on there. It puts you in touch with your kid's school. Lots of good information, and it's all free.
And we don't sell your information. We don't spam you. We don't send you any kind of garbage. It's just law enforcement related. So, you know, and another press release we have, and here again, our men and women of our Special Victims Unit doing a wonderful job over there, as they always do. We received a report on September 20th about a child possibly having been sexually assaulted. Detective Elliott Lane of the Special Victims Unit got on it, jumped on it, conducted a bunch of interviews, gathered some evidence in the matter that identified Mr. Matthew Orrin Fuller, 41 years old, of 131 Original Drive here in Statesville, as the suspect. Based on everything that Detective Lane was able to gather, we were able to secure a arrest warrant for Mr. Fuller. He was arrested on October 20th of this month by Deputy Jones, who is one of our sex offender compliance officers at Special Victims Unit. That's kind of a little self-contained unit over there, getting it done. And they ended up arresting this individual and got him a $75,000 bond. And Ricky, you know, we do talk about folks that are repeat offenders and that have come to your facility. So in the few minutes that we have left, just indulge me, Matt, and let me read this man's criminal history, and then ask yourselves, as citizens of Iredell County who are listening, why is he out? So we have 5 counts of misdemeanor larceny, 6 counts of misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of felony obtaining property under false pretense, misdemeanor simple possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, 5 counts of driving while license revoked, felony flee to elude arrest, felony attempted identity theft, and 2 counts of felony larceny. Oh,
wow.
And he's on probation.
Oh, there you go.
There
of
you
course,
go. There you have it. So
probably been on that for years. Working real well.
So, not that I want to end today's story on a negative note. So, Matt,
yes,
you sent me this earlier this week, and what a really cool way for our investigators to get out and work with our community.
Yep.
I know it always makes us happy to get out and work with good folks, and it makes the sheriff happy to have us out and about. So, Detective Scannella and Detective Nielsen of the Economic Crimes Unit went down to Troutman and worked with the good folks of Wesley Chapel United Methodist Church. And these lovely folks, who their really cool picture is posted as well, they made and provided what they call comfort bags for first responders to have in our vehicles to provide to folks in need. These bags contain such items as blankets, coloring books, personal hygiene items, and so much more. So just a really cool way for a community group to reach out to our agency.
And I had talked with the nice ladies down there and set this up, and they wanted the folks to come in and talk about senior safety, scams, fraud, and we do all that. We do whatever. I mean, there was a group in Mooresville that wanted human trafficking. We put that together. Whatever. But they ambushed us. We weren't ready for that. We weren't ready to get all that stuff. So that was nice. We went down there with the thoughts of, hey, what can we as a sheriff's office do for you in the community? And the community said, what can we do for you as a sheriff's office? How can we do that? And I've always told him, if you feed us, we will come. So, yep, we like to eat some of those good meals, and that's when you come to lunches. So, reach out to us. Get me on Facebook. Get me on the app. Sheriff Campbell, Chief Hamby.
Yep, give us a call.
Yep, we'd be more than happy to have you guys come down and see what we got going on, and we'll give you what we have. So
excellent.
Is that a call you've got going on there? No. Okay.
Well, Ricky, again,
there's not enough time.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much for taking your time, Matt. It's always good to see you again.
Yep.
Sheriff, you're probably at your meeting by now, so me and Matt are going to leave.
Yep.
Joe, thanks so much again. Listeners, thank you so much for taking your time to listen to us on WSIC, the good, the bad, and the guilty.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?